Hello everyone, welcome back again to my channel. So today I'm bringing y'all another amazing recipe. So if you're new to the channel, please don't forget to hit that subscribe button. With that being said, let's move on. Okay guys, so in today's video I'll be showing you guys how I'm going to make some lasagna. So in order to make your lasagna, you'll be needing quite a few ingredients, but it's nothing major that you couldn't get from no regular local store. So I'll be showing you guys all the ingredients and how I'm going to get the whole process going. Okay guys, so in order to make your lasagna, you'll need some lasagna pasta, a little bit of olive oil, Italian style cheese, Parmesan cheese, basically any type of cheese that you prefer. Also, you'll be needing some ricotta cheese, some sauce, pasta sauce, and also you'll be needing some fresh vegetables. So in my plate I have some green, red, and orange bell peppers diced up. Also I have some garlic and parsley. Also you'll be needing some ground beef or ground turkey, whichever one you like, doesn't really matter. So those will be your main ingredients. And me, of course, I'm gonna be adding some of my Haitian Epis to the meat to boost up the flavor. So that'll be it. So stay tuned. I'll be showing you guys how I'm going to get everything prepped up. Okay guys, so I'm gonna go ahead and get my ground beef prepped up. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna add some of my Haitian Epis in it. I'm gonna add some Goya sauce, which is like a seasoning liquid. Also, you could add the powder, Sazón Goya powder. Also, I'm adding some chicken bouillon powder and some accent to boost the flavors, and also a little bit of Louisiana hot sauce just to get a little kick going in there. So I'll be adding all those ingredients and then I'll show you guys how it looks after. Okay guys, so I've added all my seasoning into the ground beef. Last thing I'm going to add is, one thing I forgot to mention earlier is salt. You'll be needing salt. So after adding everything, what you want to do is just mix it well. Make sure everything is nicely dissolved into the meat, and then you'll be ready to cook it. But I will let mine sit out for at least a good 10-15 minutes, just so I know all my flavors will be right into the meat. And also, while cooking it, you could always add a little bit extra seasoning. Taste before adding anything extra. So after mixing everything together, you should have something like this. So I'm gonna let mine sit for 10 to 15 minutes and then I'll come back to it. In the meantime, I'll go ahead and start on my lasagna pasta. So stay tuned. Okay guys, so I'm prepping my water for my lasagna to be boiled in. So what I did, I added 1 crushed cloves of garlic, 1 piece of green onions, and some butter with some olive oil to help my lasagna pasta not to stick together while cooking. So I'm gonna wait for my water to come to a boil and then I'll put my pasta in. And also you want to make sure you add a few pinches of salt in your water for taste. So I'm gonna go ahead and wait for my water to come to a boil and then I'll add my pasta. Now with your pasta, what you want to do, you want to read the instructions on your box to know how long it takes for your pasta to be cooked, because you don't want to overcook your pasta because you're gonna bake it after that. Okay guys, so after 15 to 20 minutes, what I'm going to do now to my ground beef is I added my parsley and my garlic in there, and I'm gonna mix it all together before I start cooking it, because I want my garlic and my parsley to really mix well into the meat before cooking, so I know the flavor will be all in the meat So you just want to mix it just like that. Flip it a few times so the bottom will get some before cooking. So just like that. Alright, so I think this will be good. So you want to end up with something looking like this. So now it's time to cook my ground beef. So I'll be showing you guys that process. Stay tuned. Okay guys, so ground beef on the stove, cooking up. So what I'm gonna do now, I'm gonna check my lasagna water, which is boiling like crazy right now. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to add my lasagna in there. Okay guys, so I'm getting ready to add my lasagna pasta. Make sure when you're putting them in, you don't break your pasta. You want them to stay just like that. Slide them right in there gently. And try not to put them right on top of each other. Try to separate them onto the side, opposite direction. So you know it'll be a lot easier for you to kind of like move them around with a spoon without breaking them. Okay, so we got all of our pasta in there, and also like I mentioned earlier, make sure you look for the instructions on the box on how to cook it, for how long to cook it. So for this particular brand, it says 8 minutes, but I'm gonna go ahead and go for 10, maybe more, depends how they're feeling to me. So stay tuned, I'll show you guys how they look after they're being cooked. As you can see, ground beef is cooking nicely. See, I don't have it on high heat because I want the ground beef to be juicy. I don't want all the juice to dry out. I want it to sit in there and cook nicely all the way through. And then next I'll be adding my red bell pepper, greens and orange bell pepper, and also my pasta sauce I'll be adding in there in order to make the sauce for my lasagna. So I'm gonna let that cook up all the way, and then I'll show you guys the next step. Okay guys, so what I'm going to do now is I'm gonna use a wooden spoon, stick it right in there, see if I can move my pastas around just like that, making sure they're not sticking to each other, just like that. And then we just let them cook up, let them finish cooking. Okay guys, so my ground beef is pretty much cooked all the way now. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to add my peppers, my bell peppers in there, because I want them to cook but not all the way. So because once you're getting ready to bake the lasagna, they'll get cooked fully all the way through. So right now I'll be adding my bell peppers, and then next I'll be draining the water from my lasagna pasta, and then I'll lay them in a flat pan. So once I'm getting ready to, use them for baking, they'll be ready for me to go. So right now I'm just gonna add my bell peppers into my ground beef. Just like that. You want to use a cooking glove so you don't burn yourself. Mix them in there just like that. You just let them cook for about 5 minutes into your ground beef. Okay guys, so it's been about 5 minutes since I've added my vegetable into my ground beef. So I'm just gonna mix it a little bit, making sure everything is cooked just like I want them to, which they are. Looks pretty good. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to add my pasta sauce, or this type of sauce, still pasta sauce. So I'll be adding it in there so I can make my sauce. So since I have plenty of ground beef, I think adding the whole jar will be good. So you want to add it in there just like that. And if it's too thick, because you want your sauce to come to a little boil, so you know you want to get all the ground beef flavors into your sauce, what you want to do is add a little bit of water in your jar. You know, shake it up a little bit so you can get all the remaining sauce in there, and then you'll just put it back into your pan with your ground beef, vegetables, and sauce in there. And you want to let that cook until your sauce comes to a boil, and then you'll be ready to fix up your lasagna for baking. Okay guys, so I just added my ricotta cheese into my lasagna sauce just so it could help my sauce thicken up, and also it'll be helping my lasagna stick well. So I added that ricotta cheese in there, and our sauce will be done once I get it mixed in well. And then also I'll be doing a taste check, making sure everything is right. And then I'll be setting up my pan with everything so I can bake my lasagna. Okay guys, so my sauce is all done. Got my lasagna pasta over here. It's been cooling for about 10 minutes now. And this is the pan that I'm going to be baking it in. Okay guys, so I'm getting ready to set up everything for baking. What you want to do first, use some non-stick cooking spray for your pan. Now spray your pan just like that. And what I always do, I always add a little bit of ketchup on the bottom and on top. So what I'm going to do, squirt some ketchup in there, just like that. And then I'll grab some of my pastas. Make sure your hands are clean first, that's number one. I'll take that, put it right in there, just like that. Now I don't have a big pan, but this will do. So we'll do layers of 3, and then we'll add some of the sauce, which I'm gonna need. I'll grab that just like that. Now we have plenty of sauce, so you can add as much sauce as you want, just like that. And you want to just spread it on there evenly, just like that. Okay, good. So I'm adding some Italian cheese, just like that. So it'll help my lasagna stick together pretty well. So add just like that. So I'm gonna do the same process for the rest of my lasagna. So when it's done all the way, I'll show you guys how it looks. Alright guys, so lasagna is all done. So what I'm gonna do next is fix up the plate and eat. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel, like the videos, and please share. Thank you.